Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie, and today's video is a continuation of my open collaboration with Jessica from the Waldock Way and Abby from Root and Rest. I feel like there's a hair in my mouth. Yes, there was. All right. These lovely ladies have done an open collaboration for all of us homeschool moms to share just a whole bunch of homeschool content and how everyone does things a little bit differently, and hopefully to share ideas. And if you're struggling with something, that you can find a different way or something else that you can try, which is awesome and a lot of fun. My son agrees. So today's video, or this month's video, was all about how to make or finish the school year off right. And I know that come February, March, we're coming to the end of a very long winter, especially up here in Canada. And it can be really tiresome being stuck in the house with the pandemic as well. We are a lot more isolated, and it can feel really just, we're by ourselves and we're struggling in the midst of this blah, to do school, to do anything really. And so the last couple of months, the push towards the end of the school year, can get very, very tiresome. So I wanted to give some ideas that I have found to kind of jumpstart our day, give a little bit more joy to our homeschool. And yeah, I just thought that hopefully you will find something that works for you and your family as well. So the first thing I wanted to share was, I don't know about you guys, but I have found that some things, some organizational stuff in my homeschool hasn't been working out. The things that I started at the beginning, it became more problematic. And so I took steps to change that, and that has made a huge amount of difference. So what am I talking about? My children, I had made them little cardboard caddies where they could keep their pencils, their pencil crayons, their erasers, all of their things. And they were responsible for keeping it however they wanted. But I was always finding, Mommy, I don't have a pencil. I lost all my pencils. Or, Mom, I can't find any good erasers because they're all colored on or drawn on. And it was always stuffed with things like toys. Especially my youngest daughter has an affinity for dragon riders, and dragon riders were popping out of this thing left and right, making it unusable and really, really frustrating. So the idea was good and sound, but the application for children was not. So I splurged. So my number one tip is splurge on something awesome that you think may or may not help, but it will be fun at the very, in the little, not midterm. It'll be fun. It'll just be fun. So we have a store called Michael's. I think there's a Michael's down in the States as well, but it's this little turntable where I have everything that they need. Everything. There's pencil crayons at the top, there's markers, there's glue. In these little drawers, there's erasers and glue, and there's everything that they could possibly need. The reason why this works out so much better is because it's mama's. This is mommy's. And mommy makes sure that toys don't go there. I ask them to put their pencils away, or at the end of the night, it's really easy for me to grab all of the pencils and put them in the pencil spot. It is so much easier, and it makes my life so much better. Another thing that I did was I had them putting certain binders, their math and their gather round stuff, I would have it plunked up on the top shelf, and they would have to get up on a chair and put it away, and it was always a huge mess and disaster. And I'm like, Jamie, this is silly. Why don't they put all of their school books, their math, their gather round stuff, their Bible, their spelling, like everything in one spot? And I put it on the floor right down here. So right where the table is, where they do their schoolwork, then they put everything away, and it goes right down there, and it's easy to find, minus, a math book or something disappearing, because sometimes my daughter isn't really great at remembering to put it away, but is always within reach, and it's always easy to try and find and navigate. So that's a number one tip. If there's something organizationally that's not working for you, that's giving you consternation and frustration and frustrating your kids, best thing to do is go, okay, I am going to splurge on something that may make this work better. So hint number 2 or tip number 2 is play music. Now, this one, I've always kind of felt like, well, during lessons, it doesn't really work. And so I'm not talking about playing your music during lessons. So one of the things that we listen to is this guy named Alan Doyle. He's from the Maritime Provinces, and their background is from like places like Ireland and Scotland and stuff. But he has a song, Come Out With Me. And I kind of call them to school playing this dance number, which has high energy, high impact, and there are times where we just do a silly dance in the kitchen before school, and it is a lot of fun, and I totally embarrass my 11-year-old, but I don't care. It makes me laugh, and it starts off the day happy and enjoyable. And so, yeah, that one is a good one. And then sometimes if the lesson is done reading and they're just working on some of their papers, my 11-year-old actually likes listening to Beethoven in the Rain. So you can have it in the background, just as quiet music in the background. It's a really nice way of just turning the dial from, just, we're doing this again, to something more uplifting and fun. Another idea I enjoy doing is I have them always, no matter what unit we're doing in Gather Round, I always assign them a book and a book report. And so often my daughter's book report, especially my 11-year-old, looks like this: all business, all focus, all that sort of thing. And it can get tiresome. And so every once in a while, I go, you get to do a sandwich book report. It's silly and it's goofy. It's still learning. It's still lots of fun. And I got this one from 123homeschoolforme.com. It was really easy and simple to print out. But there's the cheese. There's I think maybe salami or bologna. There's some lettuce or pickles. There's some onions. Yeah, that's the tomato. Some more cheese and lettuce, and then bacon. Would you recommend this book to anyone? And then the last piece of bread. So, it's not maybe academically on the same level as she should be, being in grade 5, but at the same time, it just turns that dreary responsibility thing just every once in a while, just sprinkled out when you see your child getting a little bit tired, and say, hey, let's inject some fun. Let's just do this silly little goofy way of doing it. You're still doing what I asked you to do, but it's more fun. And so then the last couple of ideas I have, and I've written them down, was something as simple as flowers on the table. So if you have a grocery store, or you have a field in the back, or whatever, just picking something, even if it's just an evergreen tree. It doesn't have to be something super expensive or elaborate, but something that gives a little bit different smell, different look to your table, something that just, is alive, can change the mood of your homeschool. The other thing that I've done on occasion, and mainly because my husband takes Mondays off, depending on when his, the days off that you are mandated by the government, whatever that's called, you know what I'm talking about. When that happens sometimes on Mondays. And so then I'll be like, okay guys, guess what? We're having Fun Friday on a Monday. And it just changes up the routine just that little bit and makes it a little bit more fun. Now, just as a caveat to that, when you get to Friday, there might be some whining because they've gotten used to that and they think that they can get away with a 3-day week. But maybe for your kids, you can go, okay, if we want fun Monday and fun Friday, then you can work really hard on those 3 days in between and we might be able to do it. So it's just a matter of moving things around a little bit, or saying, you know what, we're going to do things out of order. We're going to do gather round first and math in the afternoon. But whatever, just little changes can make all the difference in the world. The last thing that I wanted to say was take school outside. Now in Canada, it's still a little bit too cold to do that, but I plan to do it in the spring when I have a chance. It might be a little bit more difficult with my son because he definitely doesn't do school with us exactly, but we have done something where we played hooky. We played hooky one day, had a picnic in the park, and I did the school photos with my kids in the park that day. So, you know, if you look at your schedule and you look at all the things that you're doing, or you say whatever to the schedule, and you notice that your kids are getting tired and exhausted and you need a pick-me-up, maybe that's the perfect opportunity to go, we're skipping school, we're playing hooky, and we're going to do something for fun. So I hope that these ideas, at least one of them, might hit home for you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for spending time with me. Have a wonderful day. If you are not subscribed yet and you would like to, please hit the bell button below so that you can hear all the new content that I have. And may you be blessed in your homeschool. Have a wonderful day. Bye.